Hey, what's up guys? I'm Justin Davis. Welcome back to the Drone Camps channel. Please do click like and subscribe down below and click that little bell down there as well. That's the notification button to let you know when my new videos come out. Super important so that you can see all the newest stuff coming out in the FPV community and tech-related items right here on the channel. I do tons of reviews, so welcome to my channel if you're brand new, and I want to say thank you to my Patreons that have been supporting me in 2018, and coming up in 2019 we have some new guys jumping on board as well, so super awesome. You can check that out below. We also have a new giveaway announcement for February coming up all through the month. You can make your comments on my videos down below. Let me know where you're from and why you like to fly, and you'll get entered to win this. This is an Emax ready to fly Tinyhawk setup with goggles, the transmitter, everything you need here to fly, with batteries and chargers, and an awesome case that comes along with it. This one is so back ordered and so popular right now that you can't get one of these just about anywhere. So around $169. Make a comment down below on any video this month and you're going to get entered to win that. So without further ado, we're going to do 3 giveaway winners today. I have an awesome electric skateboard to give away. It's the Paean dual belt brushless skateboard, and it's around a $400 value, as well as a $300 value HDLRC 6S Mephisto Ripper quad we're going to give away to someone, and the Tinyhawk Emax Bind and Fly with an FrSky built-in receiver as well on there. So super awesome prizes, almost $1,000 worth of gear we're giving away today's video. So our first winner of the Emax Tinyhawk, let's go ahead and announce that to you guys. That's going to be Ben Reynolds. So congratulations, Ben. Let's get a comment down below for Ben and say congrats to Ben for winning the Emax Tinyhawk. You're gonna love this. This is a super awesome little quad. 1S Ripper. I love the Emax Tinyhawk. So the next winner of the 6S Mephisto, my man, Brian Kirby. You win the 6S Mephisto, brand new, never touched, didn't even have props on it yet. This is a gift from HDLRC and Drone Camps to you, man. We're gonna send this priority mail 2 days. You'll get it in a day or two, actually. So hook me up on Facebook and with your address, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. Now, my third winner for the electric skateboard, super excited about this. Sean Crandall, you're the winner of the Paean dual belt drive electric skateboard. So 3 awesome winners today and an awesome new giveaway. Now, an update on the giveaway that we have coming up on the trash can. I mentioned that I was going to give away the trash can. I had a little problem a couple days ago. I had a crash into a little slide in a playground, and yeah, metal, FPV camera, sometimes they don't mix, and I blew out the camera. So right now I'm waiting to hear back from Banggood, and we're gonna try to get a brand new one to give away to you guys, and we'll continue that. Hopefully Banggood will work with us there, and they'll see that I trashed the other one, and we'll get a brand new one for you guys, as well as the RTF Tinyhawk ready to go. So let's go ahead and let's get into today's video. Let's talk about that new Paean electric skateboard. I think you guys are gonna like it. It's super sleek, as always, from Paean, and they have some built-in LEDs which are also super rad. So let's go out and ride the new electric skateboard. We'll do some riding, and we'll also talk about it on the bench, and I'll let you know what I think about it and whether it's worth the retail price that Paean has for it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and do what you do best. Chill out and enjoy. Let's go! All right, guys, let's go ahead and do a solid review of the new Paean board, the S1. I had the previous version on here that was a belt drive. This one's an in-wheel brushless motor design. They call this the in-hub design. It has dual motors in the back, and those are both 450 watts a piece. So you're gonna get over 1,000 watts of power between both of these dual motors, and it supports any riders up to like 330 pounds. So if you're over 300 pounds, you probably shouldn't be on an electric skateboard anyway, unless you are maybe the overweight Tony Hawk. I don't know, but just be really careful. You can go uphill with the dual brushless motors in the back. And it does not have any belts on this one, so it's not going to give you quite as much torque uphill with the in-hub motor design. But these wheels are replaceable. If you have a motor go bad, they are replaceable. Some people on the internet seem to think that these aren't replaceable. They actually are replaceable. So I also like the fact that they did incorporate these LEDs on the bottom. You can turn those on and off. I saw this kid do some kind of review on the Paean website where he said, yeah, I can only turn these on when the board is turned off. That's not true. So if you hit the reverse button right there, it will turn it on and off for you. So let me just go ahead and turn off the power on the transmitter, and I'll reset everything for you. And I'll show you how these LEDs work They are super cool. And they seem to be kind of fluctuating into different colors there. I got blue and pink right now. Now I'm just gonna turn it off and see how they turn rainbow momentarily. This is what the kid was talking about. He thought that the LEDs on his board only worked when he turned it off, but actually, if you turn this power on right here and you hit that, see how the LEDs are not on? They give you the option to ride it without the LEDs on. Obviously, during the day, you don't really need them, but if you press the reverse button, check out what happens here. Press it again, and my LEDs are on. So that's how you turn on the LEDs on the S1. So if there's any confusion out there on YouTube, this is the deal, guys. This is how you turn on the LEDs on your Paean S1. No problem. That's pretty cool. And I'm so happy that they did that. So you can double press the reverse button. And you don't want to press this reverse button while you're riding it, because when you come to a slow stop with this board, it will actually start moving the next direction in reverse and kind of pitch you off while you're accelerating. So be very careful about that. But also check this out. When you push on the acceleration, it changes the flow of the LEDs. How freaking cool is that? Look at that. Now if I go back to an idle, they go to stop. And now I'm gonna lightly press on it. And as I press on it, they change quicker and quicker. That is too cool. Now full throttle. And I'm in low mode right now, so I wanted to show you guys all the modes. So medium, let's go a little faster in medium. Look how fast those LEDs are moving around. Isn't that cool? So now we're gonna go to high mode. The highest mode, full throttle. Listen to those motors hum. It's 1,000 watts of power back there. 1,100 actually. Pretty dang cool. That's awesome. So another thing about this board is it's 16 pounds, which is not super heavy compared to some of the other boards with those large batteries. And I've talked about this before in my skateboard reviews. I love the boards that have these really sleek kind of front to back type of inlays for the lithium battery. Really cool design, because you have way more clearance between the ground when you're skating on the highway. You don't want these big rocks to come up and hit your battery on the bottom. So they have like 4 inches of clearance on the bottom of this board, which is really, really awesome. So if you're looking for a board that's going to be safer, it's going to be probably not as beat up over the long run, and it's going to last you a lot longer. The top speed on this board was around 25 miles an hour in that high mode, which really scared the crap out of me. I don't really like to skate over probably 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour is fast enough to really just eat it really hard on the pavement. The pavement's not soft, so you can climb hills up to about a 25% grade as well, which I had no problem doing with the brushless 1,000 watts of power back here. You don't have to have the belt drive to go uphill. That's just totally not needed. As long as you're around the 200 pound, maybe a little heavier, you can still go uphill in that high speed mode. But let's go ahead now and let's take this board out for a test. I'll show you how it works in my low, medium, and high modes, and we will get this baby rolling. And by the way, if you want to charge up this, there is a power port right here, and it charges up in about 3 hours time, which is really, really good for recharging an entire electric skateboard with a range of, I was getting around 15 miles with it, which is really awesome, even compared to the more expensive $1,500 boosted boards. For $400, I think they have a really cool board here for built-in LEDs, super thin profile design, and a lot lighter than a lot of other skateboards, and a crazy fast 25 mile an hour maximum speed. So let's go ahead outside to the street. Let's ride this new S1 and check it out, and make a comment down below if you'd like to win my drawing coming up for February 2nd. I'm giving away an Emax Tinyhawk ready to fly on the channel. And who knows, maybe we'll do another Paean giveaway sometime. We'll see what Paean says for the next giveaway for you guys. So let's go ahead and do some riding on this board. It's a super awesome board. Here we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and gear up for the street test. Portland has the worst streets in just about the entire country, so yeah, we're gonna see how this rides on our rough streets with lots of cracks, potholes, and just all kinds of abnormalities on the sidewalk. They're really old sidewalks around here, so this is a really good city to test out an electric skateboard. Biggest thing on a lot of these boards is vibration. If you have a board with no risers on the trucks, you're gonna get a ton of vibration on your feet, and it really doesn't have a smooth ride at all. It's very jittery, but they've put one riser on this board. I think it could probably use two. If you order this board for the price they have it for on their website, pick up an extra set of risers and just add 2 layers of riser on this board, and you're gonna get a really nice smooth ride. Now, I'm also excited that Paean decided to do the S1 because this is their in-hub brushless motor design, and it's cool that they did this type of board because they didn't have this previously on their website. They only had the belt drive version, and some people out there prefer the in-hub motor design because there's less moving parts. Like I said, you don't have to replace belts. So for the beginners, this is way more accessible, and it's a good length on the deck. If you have a board that's too short, if you're a beginner, do not start out with an electric skateboard that has a really short deck under 30 inches, because the biggest pitfall of those are if you hit something from the front, it's going to pitch you off a lot easier because you have a shorter stance. If you have a wider stance on the board, a longer board is going to allow you to get a wider stance, and that's really going to help you out. If you hit something from the front, you get pitched off the front, you have more leverage on your front foot, and you can avoid that nasty spill, what I call the fly swatter. And it is a terrible thing because the first thing that hits the pavement is usually going to be your head and your shoulders, and it's not a good feeling from about 15 miles an hour. And the other thing about this board that's awesome is the fact that it does do an upwards of 20 miles an hour, which is terrifying to ride an electric skateboard. Anywhere past 20 miles an hour for me is a little bit too fast, and it feels unsafe. I think my favorite cruising speed on an electric skateboard is around 12 miles an hour. It's around the same speed that you'd kind of casually ride a bicycle, so I think that's probably the best speed for most of your electric skateboard commuting. If you're going out for a slice of pizza or lunch, this is probably the best way to ride. This speed is nice because you can stop quickly, you can use the brake if you need to. If someone walks out in front of you, you can get on your brake and step off the board quite quick before you hit someone. Now we're going to do a little bit of a road test right here. I'm going to test out the 3 different speed modes that I have on here. I have low, and look at all the potholes and terrible things on the street. You really have to do a lot of things at once while you're riding these boards. Now I'm in medium mode, which is the mid mode, and I'm able to do about 12 to 15, and that fastest mode was 20. And again, I'm not going to ride in the fastest mode on the highway. I stick to a medium for that. Now I'm going to grab a chicken banh mi from my favorite food truck over here. This guy is super rad, so if you see him in Portland, grab one of his banh mi's. They're awesome. And while we're waiting, this board is performing great for me. It's smooth, it carves really nice, it does feel pretty surfy on the sidewalk. The trucks came a little bit tighter than I'd normally ride them, so I did loosen them up just a little bit, but a lot of times these companies, they don't ever tighten up the kingpins on these boards, which is really dangerous for new riders. If you're going to ride for the first time, I suggest not tighten them super tight, but tighten them enough that you can kind of maneuver around things on the sidewalk. If your city allows sidewalk riding, that's one thing you want to check out on. Make sure that you can, oh, there's my lunch. Make sure that you can actually ride on the sidewalks, because some cities don't allow electric skateboards on the sidewalk. You have to ride them in the street, which I think is a little bit crazy because I don't really want to be riding around cars and traffic. But a lot of times I do take the side streets so that I can avoid a lot of traffic or people walking around. But today there's not a lot of people out. I didn't have any problems going out to get lunch at the food cart, so no big deal there. One other thing I really like is the fact that the weight of this board, around 16 pounds, it's not as heavy as some of the other boards with the dual batteries on there that you have over 40 pounds of weight carry into the grocery store or into grab some food or a slice of pizza. It's really awkward to carry the really heavy boards, and this board feels good under my arm because it does have that nice slope, sort of concave look to the battery on the bottom. It's not really rigid, and there's not a lot of sharp angles on this board, which I do like. And again, if you want to make a smoother ride, grab those extra risers. I think they do have those, and they have some other wheels on the website as well. I noticed they had some other, I believe they were 80A wheels. And like I said, they're not the softest wheels in the world, and they're not the hardest. So it's going to give you kind of a general ride on this board. But I like the way it feels. It is very surfy. It's not super flex. I wouldn't say the deck really bounces a lot when you're riding it. It's very solid and stable ride. So for beginners, it's an easy bet, and it's cool that they did release this one. And I think that Paean has a really cool board lineup coming out. They also have an off-road one, which I hope to review for you guys coming up. But 4.5 stars for this board. For the price, I think it's a good bet. You could check them out at the link below. But thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm Justin Davis, guys. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.